All right, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. We are live once again on the Insurance Bro Show. Thank you all, as always, for joining us today. We do not have a guest, but we really have a fun topic for you all today. I think you're really going to get a kick out of it. Don't forget, of course, to subscribe, rate, review, like. You know what? Let's hit the video first. I'll do all that when we get back.
All right, let's do it then. I didn't have that right up and running, and let's do it.
The Insurance Bro Show is a podcast for agents who want to grow their agency and be titans of the insurance industry. Learn from a panel of experts who share their agency struggles, their experiences with the nation's best carriers, and share the marketing secrets that successful insurance agents are using today. Now, here's your host, the Insurance Bro, James Cias.
Yeah,
Doesn't get old. I love it.
Insurance Bro.
Yep, and all those insurance pros out there, let's dive into another episode. But before we do, just a quick reminder to please subscribe on whichever platform it is you're listening to us on today. Give us a like, give us a follow, subscribe, and drop a review and help all those other like-minded insurance agents find value from our guests or our topics. As we rise up in those podcast rankings, we will sincerely appreciate all of you for it. And if you want to be a guest on the show, I'd love to have you on here and learn from you. I promise you have a lot more experience, a lot more knowledge to give out than I do, probably. But I'm, never mind. Anyway, go to insurancebro.com/guest and schedule your time slot. Don't forget to follow me on all social media at Insurance Bro Show. All right, fun stuff. So today's topic, I'm excited. Hernan and I have been reading, Hernan's been rereading for like the 15th time, and I'm going through it for just my first and second time here. All of these Russell Brunson books. We've got .com secrets, expert secrets, and traffic secrets, and all of this is what he calls funnel hacking, right? So these are his crew, people who buy into what he does. I shouldn't say buy into, but that follow what he does. They're all funnel hackers, and so essentially the idea with these funnels is to get someone who is interested in whatever it is that you're selling, have them click on a link that shows that they're interested, and then have a whole follow-up sequence to get them further down the funnel till it becomes a sale. So that's the idea.
Let's start off with the basics.
Let's start off with the basics.
So let's face it. If you're in the insurance industry, you probably haven't jumped into the social media space. You probably haven't jumped into the online marketing space for one reason or another, right?
A lot of insurance agents haven't. It's really surprising to me, the difference, and I've said this before, the difference between how insurance agents use social media compared to like a real estate agent. A real estate agent, man, the people
they're on social all the time.
Yeah, and it's insane. They make it fun, they make it sexy, and I think that was one of the things that we wanted to do with this show, with the things that we're doing. We wanted to make it fun and sexy, and we wanted to be the social media my hair's getting crazy. The social media pioneers, so to speak, right? Just kind of starting new ways
to make this niche fun, dude. I mean, Look, let's face it, insurance people, you guys are fun. If you ever go to big conventions, if you ever go to any networking events, golf tournaments, all kinds of cool stuff, you guys know how to have fun. The problem is you're not letting anybody else around you understand how cool you are. And instead, you're pretending like you're super boring, like the product that you're selling. And that is going to be troublesome down the road. So, being able to get out of your shell a little bit and have some fun and get online, show people that you're actually a human being and a human being that interacts in human being type ways, and you would like to have fun, that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? So as we're going through what we're going to be talking about today, I kind of just want you to think about it in the sense of your traditional sales strategy anyways, right? You're still meeting with people, you're still saying hello, you're still showing them what value you bring to the table. The only difference is we're doing it online. Right. And that's right. What we're talking about here is taking some of the core fundamentals of what we've done in person to person, peer to peer sales, and trying to take some of those strategies and implement them on a web based platform. So first and foremost, what is a funnel? right? And this is one of those things when I tell somebody, hey, we're going to create a funnel, they don't quite understand what it is. And what it usually gets compared to is a website. And a website and a funnel are actually a little bit different. A website, traditionally, when you go to a website, you go to whatever.com, and you go to there's going to have an about me, there's a home page, there's maybe a podcast tab, there's all kinds of tabs that you can go to. And if you're trying to sell something and you're directing people to go to your website to buy something, when they get there, it's kind of like walking into Walmart and just seeing the massive amount of things that you can buy. If you walked into Walmart without a clue as to what you were going to buy, you'd wander the aisles and something might tickle your fancy at some point and you drop it in your shopping cart. And then you walk out of Walmart like most of us do, spending over $100 when you went in with the intention of buying milk or something like that, right? Yeah. Well, the same thing is happening when people go to your website. Traditionally, a website has so many different places they can click on, so many different hyperlinks, so many different drop-down menus that when somebody goes to your website, they can't even figure out what you want them to do there.
I mean, there are some websites that are functional, right? Like I think of all of our utilities. Our utilities, like our Cox cable bill, right, for our internet, or our SDG&E bill. Like there are very few limited things that you need to do. Or if you go to your bank, right, you need to log in. You need to be able to see how much money you have or how much money you owe, your statements, right, and maybe request changes on, like your Cox cable bill or whatever. Like very, very minimal things. So these are very functional websites in that way. But for us as insurance agents, the majority of our websites we have the get a quote button, and that's usually like right at the top, get a quote. And then we have, the personal lines tab and the commercial lines tab and the life insurance tab. We have all these different things going on. And sure, we're pointing them towards that get a quote. Like that's what we really want them to do, is to get that, to enter their information so that we start working on a quote for them. The quoting system might be built into your website, so they actually enter all of the information. But a funnel is a little bit different because it just asks for one thing. That landing page just goes to one thing. There's nowhere else to click. There's no other places to go. It's just, this is the only thing that you can do when you land on this page, is give us your information and click submit, and you get something for it.
Right. And here's the thing, and this is full disclosure. I mean, we're not experts at this by any means. We're sharing with you what we've learned to date so far, right? How we're implementing what we're going to be implementing here. Part of what we're doing, even with the podcast itself, is designed in a way so that we begin to acquire our own traffic. So there's 3 types of traffic that you can get online. There's traffic that you buy, right? This is through Facebook ads, through Google ads, through all that sort of stuff. There's traffic that you control, right? That's your email list, right? And there's traffic that you earn. And so this is other things that, people look for you specifically. The podcast, for example, you might be able to drive traffic. So the idea here is to get more traffic that you control. And that comes from basically building your email database, right? If you have a database of, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, 1 million people, you can theoretically market to these people over and over and over again. Think, your tax office book of business. Think your mortgage clients. Think your insurance clients, right? So what most of us do is we collect a lot of this data, but we do nothing with it. Most businesses struggle from cash flow problems. They struggle from client acquisition problems, but they don't realize the magic that they have in the existing book of business that is already there. The problem is they're not actually selling, right? They're not actually going out and trying to increase the revenue from within. So when we're talking about funnels here, it's actually twofold. One is to acquire as much more data as we possibly can, get more emails, get more phone numbers, so that we can essentially put them into our database so that we can continue to sell to them down the road. And so, and then the other side of that is the data that we already have. What can we do with that data, the clients, the book of business that we already have, to help cross-sell some of the stuff we already have? Maybe they're only auto people. Let's get them in a position where we get their home. Maybe they're home and auto. Let's get them in a position where we get an umbrella policy or insure their business or the life, whatever it's going to be. And so, those two strategies are helping increase your bottom line in your business from within. And so James and I have been working on a lot of that stuff already. A lot of the systems that James has in place is to help, are there to grow from a retention point of view and from an internal growth point of view. And so we're focusing our attention more so now with a lot of the ClickFunnels stuff in generating new clients, right? And for us, the ideal client is an agent, an independent agent out there looking to spread their wings and get into insurance, either transitioning from mortgage, or maybe they have an existing mortgage business, or maybe they have an existing tax practice. We want to be able to find that person and effectively help them add insurance into their business. That's our ideal client. Yep. And so when we're designing funnels here, when we're designing a way to get those people into our circle, we're understanding that there's different aspects to this communication. There's the beginning part, which is, how do I grab their attention? How do I hook their information? How do I tell a story that can that can keep their attention and make them interested in what it is that we're doing, and then make them an offer so that they continue to move down our funnel, so that it's something that maybe they want to continue moving forward on because it helps them reach their ultimate goal. And that's in a nutshell, that's a strategy that we're working on here when it comes to developing some of our ClickFunnels. Anything you want to add to that, Ham?
I was gonna say that this is what we were doing a lot of. We had the chance to do this last Sunday. We hung out, watched some football, and just chit-chatted, brainstormed about what we wanted to do throughout the week. So last week it was really cool to see our story, our hook story offer develop. We started with talking about, with all the sports that's happening right now, everything from the World Series to, we're in the middle of the football season now, so all this stuff is going on. And we said
we had the Lakers on the way to win their championship too.
Yep. So we were talking, or I think they just won, but
they
anyway,
just won either way.
Anyway, so all these things, we said defense doesn't win championships, and we understood, when we were saying that the defense in that scenario is the person that is in their office, who's a tax professional or any other professional in the financial space, that all they're doing is defending, by not allowing anything that they already have to escape, right? But they're not able to go out and play the offensive role, which is to bring in new business or to increase their cash flow by providing new products, or and so that's kind of what we started with, what our hook story offer was. And our offer being, joining the Pipeline team of San Diego gives you an opportunity to effectively add insurance to your existing business. And we're developing our program to make sure that you can do it with as little effort as possible.
And what we're doing there essentially is we're kind of, instead of going after the obvious things, right? When you go out to sell something, when you go out to sell insurance, you do realize, hopefully you realize, that people aren't necessarily buying the insurance product. They're buying the opportunity to work with you. They're buying a solution to the fear that they have, or the discomfort that they have, or whatever's going on in their life, the necessity for them to actually have insurance. That's the problem that you're solving. You're not really selling them an insurance product. Yes, you are essentially in the end, but when you're talking to them, they don't speak insurance. You're not selling them the insurance product. You have to speak to them at a level where they can understand it, and usually that's more on an emotional point of view. So when we're talking about, effectively adding insurance into your company, we're talking to people who already have an existing book of business. And what is it that these people feel at this time, right? They know, like, think about it. If you had a tax practice, or you have a mortgage practice, or insurance, for example, you're an insurance agent right now, and you feel like you've plateaued, like maybe you got off to a great start and you've acquired customers and you got a little busy. So you sit down and you start doing the nitty gritty of your office work, and 6 months turns into a year, into 2 years, into 5 years, and you haven't really seen the growth in your business that you're looking for. So what are you feeling? you're feeling a little burnt out. You're feeling,
sure.
maybe what the next step, maybe you're looking into adding taxes or adding real estate, but you don't have the confidence level to do that. So, maybe you feel like you don't have the time in the day because you spend so much time doing the things that are already part of your day-to-day operations. What starts off as a little side step into your business. Oh, I'm just going to do this real quick. Oh, I'm just going to file this paperwork one time. Oh, I'm just going to become some of your daily habits that you're doing on a regular basis. They become some of the busy work in your business that is not allowing you to grow. And so we're tapping into those emotions. When we talk about defense doesn't win games, we're talking about you in your business stuck. Right, where you're all you're doing is playing defense. You're handling all the paperwork. You're answering all the phone calls that come in. You're sending all the emails.
One-man show.
Because you're a one-man show. You're playing defense the whole time. And so we want you to A, notice that you're playing defense the whole time. B, understand that there is a different opportunity out there. And we're going to share that with you by grabbing you with a hook, telling you about sports, something that grabs your attention. In the story, we're going to tell you about how, you feel this burnt out feeling, this lost emotion that you used to have as an aspiring entrepreneur, and all of a sudden it's gone. And then we're going to lead you at the end with an offer to show you how we have something that can change your life, that can put you in that position where you wanted to be, to put you in the spot.
This is the hook story offer part of creating a funnel. The hook is the headline. The hook is, change your life by adding insurance to your existing business, right? Whatever, something along those lines. It's something that just grabs the attention. Then you hold the attention by telling a compelling story. A lot of times it's a story that is relatable. It's something that we have been through, right? Because we have been through that. We sat through exactly those times in that office, solving as many problems as we had to, putting out all of the fires and stifling our own growth because we didn't have the opportunity to go out there and do these other things. So we know that if we're going through it, there are other people going through that as well. So first is the hook, get their attention. Next is a story, relate those feelings, make sure that they understand that we've been through it. And then it's the offer. It's how are we going to solve your problem? And that's the idea of the funnel.
Now, when we're going through the funnel, right? When we're deciding on what our hook story offer is, it brought us to the next attention, which was our value ladder. Like, what is it? What is the progression of a customer that you would like to have when they do business with you? Right. I mean, in that, it kind of lays it out a whole different ballgame. And this is where now you're taking your client, by the hand, and you're helping them through the process of working with you. Where they're continuously going, maybe the very first transaction is a quick little auto because, they got a DUI, they need an SR22 and they're ready to rock and roll. They need your services like right now. That's the initial. What happens after that? Do you have a system in place to talk to that person and say, hey, by the way, we offer our renter's insurance or we offer our mortgage insurance. We can bundle and get you a discount. Let's get you bundled up. Are you bringing them through your value ladder? Hey, by the way, you have kids, right? Let's make sure that your mortgage is taken care of. I'm going
to stop us real quick here because I think we've gotten ahead and we need to kind of go back a little bit. So the way that you and I are using our funnels in the insurance space is to recruit agents, right? So what I don't want us to do is like bounce between recruiting agents and then start talking about pulling in customers. Fair. because that kind of seemed to be where we were going. But you as an insurance agent, you can use this, or as an agency owner, you can use this in either of those two ways. If you're trying to recruit people and bring people into your agency, then you can use a funnel that attracts that person. But if you want to use a funnel for attracting new business, it's going to be a completely different funnel. And the first step of all of this is to identify your ideal client. So for us, when we're talking about recruiting, we were saying it was someone who is in the financial industry, who is stuck, maybe plateaued, is looking for a way to add additional income, another stream of revenue to their existing business. And they want it to be insurance, but they're not sure that they know how. They're not confident with their ability to add insurance to their existing business. So we are the solution for that. if you're an insurance agent and you want to find specific types of customers, first thing you want to do is figure out who that customer is. I mean, down to the nitty gritty. If you listen to Russell Brunson's book, he actually named his target clients and had a whole story about them, if they were married and had kids and what kind of car they drove and what kind of house they lived in, and, just all kinds of different things. So understanding who your target customer is, and, what do we say? In the riches are in the niches, right? So the riches are in the niches. So if you are just an insurance agent that's going for everybody and everything, you're not going to make the most amount of money unless you find a way to niche down in a specific area. Figure out who that target customer is and target them. Find ways to target them. Make sure that they know, who you are, what you're doing, and that you are going after that type of customer specifically. We're talking about recruiting agents. So for us, the value ladder was, well, here's our different programs. Here's the different ways that we can partner together and help you effectively add insurance to your existing business. Which one works for you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
right.
And let's talk a little bit about that ideal customer, because I feel like I had an epiphany that day when we were really narrowing down. Part of it is definitely, their age, their marital status, how much income do they generally make, what area of town do they live in, how old are they, all that sort of stuff. The other side of it, though, and this is where the epiphany landed for me, when you go out and start attracting people online, you get all kinds of cool filters that you can narrow down, the likeness of the things that these people like, right? And so when you're thinking about your ideal customer and you're building a business that you actually want to enjoy going to on a regular basis, you really got to think about who this person is that you're going to do business with. Your clients should be people that you actually want to hang out with. So we put in all our criteria, and I have it written on my board over here, right? They're in their 30s. They're in the financial sector. They're married with kids. They're self-employed, but they want to be business owners, struggling to be an actual business owner. We've narrowed all those things down. But then this is where the epiphany for me happened. There's a whole other side. I also think that those people that I want to work with, they probably should be fans of Star Wars. They probably should like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? They probably should like football, like watching football or have a favorite football team. Why do I throw these metrics in there? Because the person that ultimately I end up doing business with, that I recruit into my agency, I want to be able to hang out with. I want to be able to bond with. I want to be able to have a good relationship with, because those types of people are going to want to hang out with me as much as I'm going to want to hang out with them. And those are your ideal clients.
These are going to be team members. These are going to be people that we work with on a consistent basis. And if you can't go and have a beer or have dinner or, go to a football game or a baseball game or, I've been seeing a bunch of team activities happening both in the insurance industry and on the real estate side. It was happening a lot more before COVID, but ever since, I feel like we've been trapped for 8 months now, and probably in the last month or so, I've been seeing, some of these teams finding ways to get together, going on hikes and, doing other things. So like, if this is going to be our tribe, if this is going to be our team, they should like similar things, right? I mean, it just makes sense.
It makes sense, right? And then if you're out there looking for those people, now all your marketing material, all your content that you're creating is speaking specifically to somebody, right? Donald Trump, for example. Now think about the message that what's Donald Trump's motto this year? What's his message that he
keep America great?
Make America great again.
I think it's keep America great.
I'm pretty sure it's Make America Great Again.
I mean, it could be. I mean, that was his platform the first time around. I thought he was on Keep America Great.
No, he's Make America Great Again, right? And so here's the thing about his messaging. That message right there, that one word, and this is I got this off of Billie Jean's podcast, by the way. That one word, Make America Great again means different things to different people, and a good message is decisive. It not only it empowers the people who support him, right? So the people who, you know, I'm gonna get a little demographic here, right? But white people love that message, right? Make America great again. Yes, they're thinking back to, you know, 1930s, 1945. We're in World War II. We come out, and, you know, we're booming, and economy's great. Everybody's buying their homes. Like they're appealing to those people. But Black America? Wait, make America great again? What do you mean? 1930s? Wasn't a good time. 1960s? Getting better, but still not a good time. What are you talking about? You can't make America great again for those people. So that message does not connect for them, right? But your message is pulling in people that you want to attract, right? And it's pushing away the people you don't want to attract in your own messaging when you're creating your funnels and stories.
Hence why he's so decisive.
Hence why he's so decisive, right? But in marketing, that is a good thing. If you're pushing away that client that forgets to make their payment all the time, that comes to you at the last minute because they need a policy and they have crazy loss runs because they haven't, you know, you don't want that customer. So your wording in your marketing and your pitch and your stories and your content needs to be set up so that guy doesn't even want to watch you, doesn't want to do business with you because you don't want to do business with them. Go after your messaging should always go after the people that you want to go to. That's why coming up with your ideal client at the very beginning is so vital. Identifying who do you want to work with.
I was thinking that it sounds like we need to do advertising dressed as Marvel or Star Wars characters.
It could possibly work, right? I mean, you never know. And that's the thing about marketing and online strategies is you're going to test a lot of things. You're going to try a lot of types of messaging that you like, and you're going to put it out there and see what works. This is why we talk about putting your Instagram stories on a regular basis. That's your practice run, right? Now you're testing out different messages. Then you're going to write them down. You're going to put them in posts. Now you're testing out other messages. How many likes did you get on that one? How many views did you get? How many comments are you getting? The reason why you're paying attention to that is not for the vanity metric. You're paying attention to that because you're trying to see which stories resonated with what people. You're testing out your marketing material at all times. Use social media as a tool, because I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Marketers are going to destroy TikTok. Marketers are going to destroy Instagram, and they're going to destroy Facebook. That's what we do. This is where cool people are hanging out, having a good time, and a marketer is going to go in and destroy it and make it horrible. That's why we didn't like TV, because it had so many commercials. We love DVR. Then we went to the internet. Now internet's popping up commercials in front of us, and now you used to pay $50 a month for cable, and now you're paying, $10.99 for like 5 different subscriptions in different places, right? So they're gonna get you. Marketers are gonna get you one way or another. Use social media the way they're using social media. Use your platform the way they would use their platform. Test out your messaging, test out your market, speak to the people that you actually want to do business with, that you want to hang out with, and you're gonna get better as you progress. That's what we've been doing with the Business Bros podcast. 600 episodes. With the Insurance Bro Show. We're doing with the Insurance Bro Show, and it's all geared towards the same thing. We want to speak to a specific type of individual that is in a specific niche that can help us, that we can help grow their business so they can help us grow ours. That's really what it comes down to.
We got a lot more that we didn't even get to. We didn't get to the attractive character, which I would have liked to have gotten to that, because there's definitely some good talking around there. But
we can talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, we can talk about it tomorrow. We don't have any guests lined up until Friday, so we got some time.
Speaking of which, oh, if you want to be a guest, I like that. You just dropped the banner. If you want to be a guest on the Insurance Bro Show, go to, I want guests. Like, I have the most fun when we have guests. Guests have so much more to offer. Not more necessarily, but so much to offer. We're doing everything that we can. We'll come up with topics. We'll find articles online. We'll find different things to talk about. But where I think that people are really going to get the most value is from the insurance agents that are out there doing things today. I mean, whatever level you're at, whether you are just starting out or if you are, a 15, 20-year veteran, whatever the case might be, you're at least one chapter ahead of somebody else who's behind you, right? You have something to offer. You have something to teach somebody who hasn't reached your level yet, whatever your level is.
Okay, even if you just got licensed yesterday, you know what? You have a lot to teach to people who are going through the course right now. Okay, whatever level you're at, you have something to teach those who are not at your level yet. And so I want to bring that to this show. I want people to gain value from our different guests. And so, if you want to be a guest, I want you on here. I want to learn from you. I want to talk to you. Want to give you the opportunity and the platform to reach a new audience. So if you're interested, go to www.insurancebroShow.com/guest and sign up and be part of the show. I promise it'll be a lot of fun.
Dude, I just had an epiphany. Lightning has struck my brain.
What's that?
We should do an ad that literally calls out insurance agents, and we call them out like little chickens. Like, dude, like, you are an insurance agent and you haven't been on the Insurance Bro Show. What is wrong with you? Come on, share. Yeah, what's up with you? Well, I think we're gonna have to design something that calls them out. We're gonna run them on YouTube channels. We're gonna run them on Google searches and social media and on our social media platforms, dude. Because
I called you a raccoon.
Sorry,
I meant trash panda.
It's worse. So much worse.
It's worse. It's so much worse.
We have too much fun with this.
We do.
So look, that's really what we're saying. Look, we have fun, but if you want to watch us have fun, head over to the Business Bros podcast, because we do that all the time over there. We just mess around on that show. We talk to entrepreneurs from all kinds of different industries, and we have fun on that show. That show is booked out 8 weeks in advance. So I'm calling out you insurance people. You need to book out this show 8 weeks in advance as well. It's up to you, though. It's up to you. Do you have the cojones to become the next level insurance agent? I hope you do, because we're gonna keep pushing.
There you go. Otherwise, don't forget to follow me on all my social media at Insurance Bro Show. Like, subscribe, follow, rate, review, leave us all that stuff so we can show up higher. Otherwise, we are past time. Thank you all so much. Love every single one of you. You rock my socks. You have my heart.
Have a nice day.
Thank you for tuning in to the Insurance Bro Show. James is the CEO of the Pipeline team of San Diego and is always in the market for top talent. If you're an agent looking for a place to hang your license, visit www.pipelineinsurance.com/agent opportunities or send an email to newagent